Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Short throw pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now out comes Houston. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw on second is Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And that's complete. It's Allington. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 more there and another first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
That one goes for 24 yards. On first down, Watson escaping the pressure right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Golden Tate, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
We just saw one of the benefits of a quarterback having mobility. Scrambled around, kept the play alive, and then found a receiver open downfield for a touchdown.
Lutz good on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. A beautiful fake. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Aaron Colvin there to make the tackle.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They'll face a third down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 20.
From the gun, here's Newton. Got his target, Samuel. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
The well-executed slant routes are based on timing, and that one was hit just right. Ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly, right to the receiver. He catches it on the run, and you saw the end result. Big-time run after catch. They love those rack yards.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agreed totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Gano out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, Watson. Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Watson now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. To the air yet again, Watson. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Again, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards on the play. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Lutz with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
He's going to wind up and air it out. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will have a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
It's a free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Whitney Mercilus.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Newton over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He is putting on a show in this 2nd quarter, racking up the receiving yards as he has a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Newton. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That one goes for 24 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. McCaffrey on the counter. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. He'll buy some time right. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Carolina getting set to take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Coming off the pick 6, it's Newton. Going for the deep ball. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. He's got it over the middle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. He sets to fire deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Andre Howe. Gets past one man. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this 1st half of action. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team.
And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 40. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here's Watson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw on 2nd down. Newton. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And this will be a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And it's a touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And now running right through it. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a play fake here on first down. Out to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The Panthers on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Newton now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And now out comes Houston. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Right side, Tate. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
4 down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And Tate's got it. And they work this out past the 25. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. K'Waun Short in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. A shotgun snap for Watson. Dancing to his left. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Black 22! Black 22!
Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And that's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and forever. Operating from the gun, Watson. He completes it to Tate. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
20!
On 1st down, Newton. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Ezekiel Ansah in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Christian Covington in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Newton. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And give them a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive the team towards a victory.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing is Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And he's able to take this. Back to the 36-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the gun, Watson. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep, right? This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big-time play there for the Texans. And even 40 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. To throw is Watson, operating from the gun. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Vernon Butler coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And Lutz's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Carolina getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for the Panthers. 66 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Now Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball? Not
easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. That is incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Now Newton on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Watson from the gun, he'll throw. And the ball is out. Watson lost it. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Gano for the extra point. Gano the extra point, and that will get him one closer. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now is dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Now it's Newton. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. After the interception, here's Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And his throw here's incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw, Watson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On first and 10, Newton. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Covers that time by Aaron Colvin.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Newton on first down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Ziggy Ansah in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Newton now on second down. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. The Panthers on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. One last throw here for Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Houston, their battle to finish 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Carolina, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.